What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk again about Harry Potter Magic Awakened. I want to talk about if this game is going to have a July reveal, more specifically in just a few weeks here. Now, before I even start, I want to just say this has been brought to my attention from a lot of the people that commented on the last Harry Potter video. So, firstly, if you guys haven't watched any of my past Harry Potter videos, please do that because, I talk quite a bit about the games there as well. And it seems a lot of people really like it. So, to all those that have watched those videos, I really do appreciate it, and all those that have put in the comments about this July reveal, I also appreciate it, and that's why I'm making this video. So let's go over this, and let's go over if I believe that this is really a thing, and if this could really happen, and also we can kind of go over when I again believe this game could get revealed. So Harry Potter Magic Awakened, if you don't know it by now, it's that long-rumored, long-leaked game. Back in October, it was leaked, the RPG, 8 classes, lots of different things in this game, a really meaty, a really big RPG game set as a 5th-year Hogwarts student, all that kind of stuff. Seems amazing. Cannot wait for this game. Now, leading into E3, we talked a lot about this game, and I was one of the people that had said, will this game be announced at E3 2019? And I really did think it was a high possibility, considering Warner Bros., considering they do have a history of being at E3 and showing their games, and yeah, they're the publishers of Cyberpunk 2077, so, it's possible that they have their hands tied there, but could they do this? And turns out, there was no Rocksteady game, there was no Batman Arkham Crisis from Warner Brothers Montreal, and there was no Harry Potter from Avalanche Software's maker of Disney Infinity, that is the studio that's been working on this Harry Potter game. So E3, comes and goes, and nothing happens. This game is not announced, and, then I made a video a couple weeks ago saying, like, what happened? Where's this game? Because I really did think, and again, and people have said it in those videos, and I totally agree, by the way, E3 is not the only place you can reveal a game. You could just do it. You could just put the trailer on YouTube, you launch your site, you tell us about the game. You can do all that. You don't need E3, and I've always said that, and especially this year, I've talked about how I really think E3 is fading away, and I don't think it's going to be around much longer. You don't need E3, so I totally agree there, but E3 still is that big, the corporation eye kind of thing where everybody's kind of focused on it to see what, people are going to be talking about. So I did think it was a possibility. Now, rumor has it, and again, this is coming from the people that have commenting on my videos, and then, I kind of followed it through. So here's the deal. On Reddit, I guess it was said by a former employee that used to work there, and it has been confirmed that this person has or does still. I actually don't remember which was the case, but this is a person that at least once did work on this, at the studio. So this is possible, and that he said that you're going to get a full reveal of this game in July. Now, there's a couple things to go from this. One, and then people had said this, is he like fake? Is he faking being an employee? Again, if you trace it back, he is like a real person who's had a real job. So it is possible, I believe that. I believe he did actually work there. However, and here's the second part, is he trolling us? And a lot of people have asked that question too. We have many times, especially on Reddit, honestly, and Reddit's a great place. I love Reddit for their leaks, but as I'm learning more and more about Reddit's leaks, and as I've been trying to look into leaks of different things, it's a very spotty thing. Sometimes it comes out and it's really good. The leaks for Game of Thrones were absolutely spot on, but leaks for other things, Spider-Man is one of them, everybody, those are not true. So, the Spider-Man movie. So, it kind of comes back and forth. You can't always trust it. And when it comes to these kind of things, this happens a lot in the gaming industry. You get those former employees that tell us something about the game, or they talk about work conditions at a company that has or has not changed, stuff like that, and you can't always believe them because sometimes they have a gripe with the company, and that happens a lot of times, honestly. So, sometimes you can't trust it. So him saying this is going to be announced, is it somebody who has a beef with this studio and just wants to troll us and be like, yeah, guys, it's coming, you're going to get a full reveal in July. Now, I saw one person on the comments, I don't know if there's more to this part, but you guys can let me know, is, I guess, Harry Potter, like the fictional character, his birthday is July 31st, so maybe they're lining it up with that. I don't buy that. I don't think that's a thing that is going to happen. I don't think a fictional birthday is enough, even though it is Harry Potter. I don't think you choose that as your if you choose that over E3, I don't necessarily think that's the best marketing position for you. However, there is one thing in July that makes me believe this could happen. Now, again, again, in terms of the leak, in terms of the Reddit thing, I don't know. I really don't want to believe it because I don't want to get my hopes up. And I've talked about this, a lot to a lot of people, you guys in the comments. I've said, like, I don't want to overly think this. I don't want to really get my hopes up because we just keep going and it just, there's just no information about this game coming out. And it's like, maybe it should just be a tactic of, like, we just wait. We just wait for it to happen. Eventually it will happen. And then we can all really freak out at how amazing this game is together. Until then, we're kind of just building our hopes up, and I don't want this video to be that. I don't want this video to, like, get a ton of people's hopes up that this game, it's happening. And again, it's happening. We keep getting these things. And again, like I've talked about in these past videos, this is a maddening game because the leaks come out. It basically talks about the entire game, features in this game, all this kind of stuff, character creation, RPG mechanics, and the videos get taken down and all this stuff, and yet nobody's confirming nor denying it. And yeah, I mean, this employee saying, here's the thing, the employee saying that this is going to get a full reveal in July, I feel like at least, at the very worst, that is another confirmation that this game still exists. And because I saw a lot of people, again, also in the comments, talking about, well, maybe this game was canceled. Let me make it clear here because I've responded to some of them, but in video form, let me just say this. I just feel like it was talked about too early. I feel like the leaks came out and it made everybody kind of think, and we all did this. All of us. I did this too. I just didn't make videos about it back then. We all kind of jumped at this game being further along than it really was. I feel like that's what it was. All the big YouTube channels, all the big videos that talked about this game, they started pushing the narrative of, like, this game is like a year away. And I think we all fell for that. And I don't think they were wrong to assume that either because of all the information. But I think we all fell for that. And in reality, I feel like this game is not as far along as we thought. I think this game is a next-gen game. And so I feel like, I think we just all kind of moved the bar over too far. And we have to kind of tone it back and rethink it. Now, July. San Diego Comic-Con is in July. So, do major things get announced there? Yeah, they do. It's more of a entertainment thing, though. It's more of a movie and TV show thing than games. Games really don't go to, I mean, they go for sure, but in terms of big announcements, if you announce Harry Potter Magic Awakening at San Diego Comic-Con, that's awesome. But that's like the biggest game thing that I can think of over the past 5-10 years. And because I've watched it, I know what gets announced at those Comic-Cons. And normally gaming things, especially at San Diego Comic-Con in July is normally the entertainment one. It's when Star Wars shows up. It's all of the TV shows. And we know this year, in particular, Marvel is going to be very heavy there. That's probably where they're going to announce all the Phase 4 stuff, talk about the movie titles, talk about literally the scheduling for these Phase 4. Maybe they announce some release dates for their Disney Plus, although they may actually hold off on that until D23, so let me take that back. But still, at this Comic-Con in July, they'll be announcing Phase 4. The D23 stuff, that they'll probably talk about, the Disney Plus service. They'll talk probably about the release date for the WandaVision and Bucky and Falcon and all that kind of stuff. That's when they'll announce all that stuff. But this is, a really Marvel show here. So for Warner Bros. To go and to announce Harry Potter, I mean, I guess there's competition, but it's movie and entertainment versus gaming, and they don't exactly, it doesn't matter if you're trying to go head-to-head with each other. So that's the only one I can think of. Besides that, July really starts that descent into very, very slow news for games. If you guys have been part of a gaming, the community of gamers for any part of your life, you'll know that July and August are very slow months, and it's when a lot of they're working. This is when they really, I think, crank it up and get ready, but this is that kind of calm before the storm that's always the fall. It's always October, November. Now this year it's really just November. There's only 3 big games coming out in October, whereas November just has every game on the planet coming out. So this year is a little bit different, but it's still a calm. July really doesn't have that many games. August has Madden in the beginning, and then next, I'd say absolutely nothing until end of August. And then September starts to pick up again. So, July, this is starting it off where it's just slower. There's not as much announced. We already had E3. Now we have Gamescom. Gamescom is still a thing, I think. And I'm saying that sarcastically. I'm not actually asking that as a question because, yeah, Gamescom is a thing. Microsoft tends to show up and show some things there. But come on, it's just a weaker E3, and E3 has continued to be weaker and weaker. Again, let me go back to what I talked about with E3. You don't need E3. E3 does not need to be around. You don't need to show your things at E3. So Gamescom, it's just at a different part of the world. It's just overseas. It's not in America. So like, if you're not going to announce Harry Potter at E3, the biggest gaming stage, and again, you don't need it, but it's the biggest out of all of them, are you going to announce it at Gamescom? Are you going to announce it at the Tokyo show, which, Sony normally goes to that, but not many other developers or publishers? So, like, you've already missed your biggest shot. Why would you do it at Gamescom? So, Gamescom, I feel like, is out. Comic-Con, I really don't think is the right spot for it. So, unless this is just an announcement on a random like Monday, July day, like the 21st of July or something, or 22nd, if you do that, that's really the only way I see it. And again, like, shouldn't you just wait at that point? Again, Warner Bros. Has history with the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley's show. Maybe you wait till December and you show it there. I mean, it's very possible. Maybe you just announce it one day in the fall. The fall is a packed period of games. Everybody's kind of looking at games again, right? Because there's so many coming out. So people are looking at that. They're looking, what's coming out in the beginning of next year? Because, yeah, there's all these games, but what comes out next year? And then maybe you announce it and you say fall 2020, spring 2021, whatever the release date's going to be. So, going back to the leak, I believe it to an extent. I believe that this guy is a real person. I believe that Harry Potter Magic Awakening is still being worked on. I don't believe it's ever been canceled. It's just kind of a thing where it's like July. July is such a weird spot to announce a game. And so a full reveal in July, I don't want to get my hopes up. Like, when I saw those things, I saw a bunch of people commenting, saying July, and like, I'm not going to say any more, things like that. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Where are you guys getting July from? And then people started saying about this leak. But then, when you look at what the leak is actually doing, it's like, well, I don't know. And I don't want to I do not want to build my hopes up. This is not something that I want to build my hopes up, because July can easily, listen to me, it can easily come and go, and we still have no Harry Potter. And then I feel like a lot of people are going to be upset. Anybody that believes those rumors, that leak right now, you guys could become very upset come August if it didn't happen. Then where do you guys go with this? Like, what happens then? And I'm not calling somebody out. I legitimately want to know, if you believe this leak and then it doesn't happen, just follow me through there for a second. If you believe it and it doesn't happen, August 1st comes, what's your mindset? Do you believe that this game is canceled? Do you believe that it maybe is just going to get announced in December at the Game Awards? Or do you just kind of peace out and just wait for it to happen? I want to know what you guys have to think about that. And in general, guys, I want to know what you have to think about Harry Potter Magic Awakening. Leave it in the comments below, and I truly do appreciate you guys watching this. I have such a fun time recording these videos. I love talking about this game. It's honestly one of my most anticipated and like one of the more fun games and anything to talk about on this channel, just because of the mystery. So as long as there's still stuff about this game, I'm going to be covering it. And then, of course, when this game does get revealed, we're going to cover it a lot. So if you guys are into that, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell icon. We'll be talking about it. Maybe we'll come back to this in August if not it happened in July. And if it does get announced in July, you can expect videos in July as well. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you on the next video.